For years, I thought the 911 was the pinnacle of Porsche. Absolutely loved the 911. Then I got my first Boxster, a 986 S, a silver one, right here on the screen. Absolutely loved that car. When it came time to upgrade, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to go with. I looked at a 911, I looked at the 981, and I went with the 981S. It's plenty powerful. It's a whole lot of fun. And it has tons of great features that I like about the car. I decided, you know what? Now's my chance to buy a 911. But I didn't. I bought this. 5 years later, here's why. I decided that I like this car better as far as the look goes. If you take a look right here, I did the radiator grill guards on both sides from the radiator grill store. And they really, really have helped keep all the debris out of there. They also come for the side inlets as well. A couple of minor modifications I've made to this car. Number one is a factory-looking backup camera because the 2015 didn't have it. In addition to that, of course, my PCA badge. I decided to go with the 991 steering wheel. I like it a lot better than the OEM steering wheel. I put a phone mount right over there, and a couple of other reasons why I like this car so much. Number one is the trunk space. This car's trunk can fit 2 overnight bags. This went down to the tail of the Dragon. This car has been to every single New England state, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. It's been all over the place. And then I have this storage back here. Now, I know the 911 has storage in the back seat, but I like everything hidden.
The funny thing is, 5 years ago, I thought I was settling for a Boxster because I couldn't justify a 911. Today, I realize I wasn't settling at all.
We bought this car for a couple of reasons. Number one is because it's sporty, it holds a lot of stuff. The other part is it is fast. It's not Lamborghini fast, it's not McLaren fast. It's fast in the handling capabilities, it's fast in the corners. I love the cornering on this car. I think it's just outstanding. And it feels really good. It is nice and smooth. It is very, very sporty. And it corners like you wouldn't believe. And this could absolutely handle it. This drives so incredibly well. And you don't have to beat on it to get the fun out of it. It's just fun on its own. It does everything it's supposed to do. There's not any drama with the car. It doesn't hang the tail out unless you take traction control off, which we've done a few times. Autocrossing is just amazing. What do I love about this car? I love the look. I think it looks very nice. I think it has a certain understanding that while it's not a 911, it is still a very, very strong looking, strong performing Porsche. In addition to that, I love the fact that it has so much luggage space front and rear. This is really important, especially if you're going on a weekend drive. Yes, the 911 has the back seats, which you could use for luggage, but I use, the front and the back, and it's just easy for me and my wife, and we actually love this car and we enjoy it. Some other things that are great about it is it's not low to the point where you're like, oh man, I'm gonna wind up scraping the front bumper on this or the front fascia. You're not. It's not low like that, which I think is really, really key to owning something like this. In addition to that, we like the fact that it handles well. I take this thing on a racetrack or autocross or just on the highway like this, and I know for a fact it's going to handle well. With the new Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on there, it handles better than the Pirellis that were originally on there. For those of you who know, I had a 2000 Boxster S, and I really was going to upgrade to the 911. I was looking at both the 911 and the 981. What ultimately led this to my decision is this was a little bit more affordable. This was Camry money. So, which is really surprising because people are like, oh, it's a Porsche, it should be really expensive. It wasn't. It was Camry money. And the other thing is, of course, it's convertible. It's the S, which I thought was really important to have that extra horsepower. Adding in the Google Maps with the Bluetooth, absolutely fantastic. It's hugely different. If I go to 2015 911, it probably would have been another $20,000. And I just couldn't justify spending that kind of additional money for an older car, because it wouldn't have been a 2015, it would have been maybe a 2008. So I drove that first one for 3 years, absolutely loved it, and then I got to drive this, and wow, what a huge difference. This is truly the bigger brother of the Boxster family. It's absolutely flawless on the roads. It's got just the right amount of power. The flat six behind you gives you that noise that you want, that kind of pricks up your hairs in the back of your neck a little bit. In addition to that, you know, I've driven every Boxster model from the 986 base all the way to the GT4. And I drove the GT4 on a track at a Porsche day, and it was absolutely incredible and speedy and fast. I've driven the 718. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't like the 718 because it's a 4-cylinder turbo. It's got 350 horsepower. It is nothing to sneeze on. However, the 981S is where it's at for me. I think that the 981 holds its own against any of its competitors. It holds its own against its peers. It also holds its own on the road. It is truly an eye-catching car, especially in this color, which is agate gray metallic. Every Porsche guy that I've met kind of is the opposite of the rumor. Everybody has been nice, everybody's been courteous, everybody's been kind. The PCA is a great place to meet new friends. I've met some friends from PCA, and I would not have met them if I didn't have a Porsche in the first place. And these people are still my friends 7, 8, 9 years later. So that does tell you something about it. It's all in who you associate with. And yes, there's some people in the PCA that are like, oh, well, my car has the most rare color. They only made 3 in that color. Yeah, whatever. That to me doesn't matter. I don't talk about my car in the point, you know, when we get to our car show, we talk about our lives and, you know, whatever upgrades that we did do. I don't do a lot of loud exhaust, so that's why I never put a fab speed on this, and I never will. I like the stock quiet exhaust when it needs to be quiet. And then if you hit the sport button, that changes things. If you have the PSE, then yeah, it's going to make things a little bit louder if that's what you like. I'm not a loud exhaust guy, I never have been. The other things that I like about the car are the ride. It is smooth, it is supple, it goes over bumps and it doesn't punish you, similar to what the GT4 does. That thing is punishing, but it is a GT car, and it really is a great track car. The seats are hard. These are nice, soft, 18-way, adjustable, cooled, and heated seats, which is lovely. Right now it is 92 degrees, and I get the air conditioning on and my cooled seat on. And there's kind of nothing like that. It's such a nice, comfortable feeling. So let's come down to the other things about it. I put 20,000 miles on this car, or very close to it. Yeah, about 20,000. I bought it 59, it's got 77,000. And it is a Porsche. It's still, the Porsche tax will apply, unfortunately. I've had some things done to the car, you know, just yearly maintenance, and that was a little pricey. I had to put new spark plugs in. That was also pricey. Next year I'll be getting brakes, again pricey, and you're not going to get in trouble in this car either. You know, you're gonna, you know, not do 130 miles an hour, you know, before you're looking down. Although it can go that fast, trust me. And listen to that. This is just amazing and absolutely flawless. What a great time. These cars are made for the enthusiast. These cars are made for somebody who likes nice Porsches, doesn't want to spend crazy amounts of money on a 911. Buy a Boxster. I'm telling you, even a 986, buy a Boxster and just enjoy it. So would I buy a 911 over this? No, I wouldn't. The only 911 I would even consider would be the Porsche 959. But that's $3 million, and let's not talk about that. And this car's held its value. If you're looking for something that is fun to drive, that gives you that little feeling of excitement, and at the same time gets 30 miles to the gallon, you can't beat that. You really can't. And anyone who says that this car isn't fun has no idea what they're talking about. This is unreal. Absolutely unreal. What a blast to drive. Absolute joy. Getting a nice open road like this doesn't hurt either. Wow. Listen, if you guys like this type of content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.